Welcome to the concluding lecture of Mark 3336. I'm excited to wrap up this semester with you because honestly, you've come so far in a dozen weeks. When you started this course, you were consumers. Today, you're strategic thinkers who can decode the marketing strategies happening all around you. And that's a pretty incredible transformation. So let's dive into your marketing journey and talk about how you can take these skills into the real world. Let's be real about the transformation that's happened here. At the beginning of the semester, you might have wondered, why do I keep buying things I don't need? And that's a totally normal consumer mindset. But now you can look at that same situation and think, oh, that's behavioral targeting combined with scarcity marketing and social proof. That's actually genius strategy. You've moved from being the target to understanding the targeting. This shift from consumer to strategist didn't happen overnight. It took a dozen weeks of case studies, consumer psychology, and analyzing how brands like Netflix, Starbucks, and others have been playing sophisticated marketing games. And I'm not exaggerating when I say you're genuinely different now. You've developed what I call marketing radar. You can spot strategies everywhere. Before this class, you might have mindlessly scrolled through Instagram and ended up making impulse purchases. Now you can analyze the algorithm, recognize the targeting strategies, and understand exactly why certain content appears in your feed. When you see a limited time offer now, you don't just feel the urgency, you recognize it as the scarcity principle in action. When TikTok serves you that perfect ad, you don't just think that's relatable. You understand it's sophisticated behavioral targeting based on your engagement patterns. You can literally see the marketing matrix now. Let's give credit to the brands that taught us the most this semester. Each of these companies became a masterclass in different marketing concepts. Netflix showed us that they're not really in the movie business. They're in the personalization and convenience business. They created the binge-watching culture we all live in today. Starbucks versus McDonald's taught us that two companies can sell essentially the same product, caffeine, but create completely different brand experiences and customer relationships. Duolingo proved that education can be addictive when you understand behavioral psychology. That little green owl guilt-tripping you into daily lessons? That's engagement strategy at its finest. And Nintendo Switch proved how to revolutionize an entire industry by creating a hybrid product category that nobody knew they needed until it existed, combining home and portable gaming into one irresistible package that redefined what a gaming console could be. Here's what's amazing. Marketing is literally everywhere in your daily life, and now you can't unsee it. Let me give you some examples from your typical day. Your phone is a marketing masterclass. Instagram stories are micro-targeting in action. Every story ad is carefully selected based on your behavior. Spotify ads use audio segmentation strategies. Even your app notifications are designed using engagement psychology. When you're shopping, Amazon's People Also Bought section is cross-selling strategy. That only two left in stock message, that's the scarcity principle working in real time. Food delivery apps like DoorDash use dynamic pricing during peak hours, the same strategy Airbnb uses for seasonal travel bookings. McDonald's app deals are customer retention tactics designed to create loyalty. You're living in a marketing simulation, and now you have the cheat codes. Let's revisit the marketing mix, the 4 Ps, but through your new lens of understanding. Product isn't just what you're selling, it's the value and meaning. An iPhone isn't just a phone. It's a status symbol, a lifestyle choice, and a gateway to an entire ecosystem. Price psychology is everywhere. Why do you think everything costs $9.99 instead of $10? That one penny difference taps into how our brains process numbers. Place is about strategic positioning. Brands fight for premium placement in stores, and there's a science to where products are positioned both physically and digitally. Promotion has evolved from traditional advertising to influencer partnerships, viral TikTok campaigns, and targeted social media content. The goal is still the same: get your attention, but the methods have gotten incredibly sophisticated. Let's talk about segmentation, or as I like to call it, legal digital stalking. Companies know their target audiences better than those audiences know themselves. Netflix targets binge watchers, cord cutters, and content addicts. Nike goes after athletes, sneaker enthusiasts, and fitness influencers. Apple focuses on premium consumers, creative professionals, and status-conscious buyers. But here's the plot twist. All this targeting is possible because of your data. Your shopping habits, social media behavior, location data, and even your friend group's interests are all being analyzed to create your consumer profile. In many ways, you are the product being sold to advertisers. Understanding this dynamic is crucial for both your career and your personal digital literacy. We also explored B2B marketing, which has a completely different energy than consumer marketing. Salesforce sells customer relationship management software to businesses. It's like business Tinder, helping companies manage all their customer relationships in one place. NVIDIA makes their AI chips sound cooler than limited edition sneaker drops, even though they're selling to other businesses. The marketing is less flashy than consumer brands, but equally strategic. B2B marketing happens on LinkedIn instead of TikTok, at conferences instead of concerts, but the fundamental principles we studied, value proposition, positioning, target audience understanding, they're all exactly the same. Throughout this course, we've also explored how AI is transforming marketing. You've seen how AI can be your creative partner in marketing strategy. We talked about AI for movie script production when studying Netflix content strategy. We created mission statements for brand positioning. We explored data mining for customer insights, like Duolingo uses. AI helps us with design innovation, customer simulation for market research, brainstorming creative campaigns, understanding dynamic pricing, exploring virtual reality shopping experiences, and creating compelling ad copy. Here's the key insight. AI isn't replacing human creativity in marketing. It's amplifying it. The strategy, the empathy, the understanding of human psychology, that still requires human insight. AI just makes you faster and more efficient. Your marketing detector is now permanently activated. You can't turn it off. And that's actually fantastic for your career and personal development. This week, I challenge you to actively use your new skills. Analyze the psychology behind Starbucks store layout. Count how many social media ads use fear of missing out. Notice product placement tactics during your next Target run. Compare how Apple TV Plus and Netflix position themselves differently for the streaming wars. You might become that friend who ruins commercials by explaining the strategy behind them. But honestly, that analytical thinking is exactly what makes you valuable in the job market. Start conversations about what you notice. Create content breaking down marketing strategies. Your ability to see and explain these patterns is a legitimate skill set. Speaking of your career, you've unlocked skills that directly transfer to real jobs and real salary potential. If you're interested in social media management, you now understand audience psychology and engagement strategies. Content creators benefit from knowing what makes content viral and shareable. Sales roles require reading people and creating compelling value propositions. You've practiced this all semester. Analytics positions need people who can connect data to human behavior, which is exactly what we've been doing. And if you're thinking about entrepreneurship, you now understand how to build brands that people actually want to engage with. Even if you are not a marketing major, and that this may be the first and hopefully not last marketing course you will take, these concepts will still be useful as they teach you how businesses operate. These aren't just academic concepts. These are skills that companies pay good money for. You're more prepared for the business world than you might realize. So how do you keep these skills sharp after the class ends? Daily habits. Follow marketing professionals on social media. Analyze every ad that makes you stop scrolling. Create your own content using these strategies. Network with marketing professionals on LinkedIn. Monthly challenges. Pick a brand and think about how you'd redesign their strategy. Try to predict which campaigns will go viral and analyze why. Maybe even start a side hustle using these principles. Marketing isn't just something you studied. It's a way of thinking that will serve you throughout your career, regardless of what industry you enter. All right, we've reached the end of our marketing journey together, and I couldn't be prouder of how far you've come. From Netflix algorithms to NVIDIA's B2B strategies, from Apple's psychological pricing to Duolingo's engagement tactics, you can decode it all now. You're not just consumers anymore, you're strategic thinkers who understand how business really works. Now, as we wrap up the semester, I have two important reminders for you. First, Thanksgiving is coming up, and it is a moment to be shared with family. Since we have no more video lectures, let me wish you an early happy Thanksgiving. Second, if this class has been valuable for you, if you feel like you've genuinely learned something that will help your career or change how you see the world, please take a few minutes to complete the teaching evaluation. Remember, 5 stars are divine. Helpful comments and suggestions are just fine. Go out there and use these skills to build something amazing, whether that's a career, a business, or just a more informed perspective on the world around you. Thanks for an incredible semester. And remember, you're not just business students anymore. You're strategic thinkers who happen to know marketing. That's a powerful combination. Congratulations on completing Mark 3336.